Are you having to replace your battery every 1 to 2 years because it keeps dying? Or are you just a beginner trying to learn how to properly maintain, store, and clean your battery? Well, today we're going to go over those things. I've got a lead acid battery, and this is the most common battery used for most RVers, I would say. There's a lot that use lithium and AGM, but for this video purpose, we're going to talk about a lead acid battery and how to properly clean, maintain, and store. Okay, so to clean these batteries, I would highly recommend having an older shirt. It's quite windy out here as well, so this is why I have this big fluffy thing on my chest that looks really weird, but the audio should be pretty good. Second, you want gloves, safety glasses, a terminal brush, wire brush, some battery cleaner, and then since this is a lead acid battery, you have to check your water levels, okay? And the only type of water that you can use in your battery is distilled water. And the reason why you can just use distilled water is because you want to prevent mineral buildup. So only distilled water can go in these lead acid batteries. And then I have a battery filler. So if we need to add water to the battery, I'll show you how to do that as well. And then of course you want to have plenty of cloths on hand. So let's get to cleaning the battery. To clean these batteries, you can see this is the one that we've used for just over 3 years now. It's got quite a bit of corrosion built up. And so since it's springtime and we're getting ready to go to de-winterize and go on our first RV trip, I want to get this thing nice and cleaned up, okay? But this right here is not good. The reason why you want to clean that corrosion is because it can cause a bad connection or have no connection at all. So you want to get all that bad stuff cleaned out, just like in your vehicle as well. I'm going to take this terminal cleaner here. This is a nifty little tool that you can get at any auto parts store. Does a really good job. Now I'm going to take some of this battery cleaner, use the Noco 1 battery cleaner. Okay, as you see, you want to spray that on pretty liberally, and we'll let that sit for a couple minutes. All right, so we want to give it a good wipe down after we sprayed the cleaner. And depending on how dirty your battery is, you may need to do a couple coats of the cleaner. Looks like this is doing a pretty good job. Look at that. All right, so we can see where we had all that corrosion, all that red is gone. These terminals are nice and clean. All right, now that we've got our terminals clean, we're gonna check our water levels. So in lead acid batteries, you have these 2 caps here, and inside holds water. You wanna make sure that these are filled up enough to where you can't see the metal layers, which is down at the bottom. If the metal is showing, then that means your battery could be damaged, and you wanna get water put in those right away. So let's go through and let's pop these caps off. You just take a flathead screwdriver. It's pretty easy. You got 1. And 2. Under each cap here, you've got these 3 holes, and inside each hole is going to be some water. So you want to make sure that you can see nothing but water. In here, it might be
my reflection as I move.
Yep.
My fingers in the water on that last hole.
I'll shake this so you can see the water in there.
Yeah, you can see it.
So you don't want to fill it up too much, but you do want to make sure that there's no metal showing. It looks like in this one, I've got just a little water that's low here. So this is where I have this, battery filler.
Can I see which one is low?
Yep. So this one right here on the end, this here appears to be just a little low. I can still see water in there, but I want to add a little. So I'm going to take this battery filler, add just a little bit there. All right, that looks good. I'm going to just kind of top each one off. Check these periodically. Always keep some distilled water on hand. As you can see, this is the only reason why I use this distilled water, so we just keep it just in case. But it's super simple to check. And then to put back on, you just pop it back on, you'll hear the clicks. Make sure they're secure, and you're good to go with that. Okay, so now that we've cleaned our terminals, we've checked our water levels, we're all good to go on cleaning the battery. Next, what I want to talk about is storage. If you've had to place your RV in storage, especially over a long period of time, several months at a time over the winter, you want to remove your battery from the RV, take it back to your residence, and preferably place it in your garage, okay? The best thing to have, and this is a lifesaver, is a trickle charge. So I use this trickle charger for dual purposes. One, for the RV battery. It's been awesome. I've loved it. It's worked great for me over the last 3 winters. We store our battery for about 5 to 6 months out of the winter because we live in the upper Midwest. I also use it for our diesel truck. It's great. I've got a second one of these for when it's really cold, and I've got the truck in the garage and we haven't drove it in a couple days. I'll throw the trickle charge on. Last I checked, this NoCo Genius one was right at 30 bucks on Amazon. So for that amount of money to save your batteries and to keep you from having to go out and buy a new battery because it died, then it's totally worth it. All right, so let's talk about during the summertime. If you don't have a solar panel on your RV to keep a constant charge, and you're going to be gone, I would say more than 2 weeks, I would remove your battery, take it home, place it on the trickle charge. That way you can maintain that charge, okay? Because these lead acid batteries, what they're terrible for is that once they've discharged down to 50%, then you've reached the max capacity of this battery. If you go below 50%, then you're going to severely shorten the life of the battery, okay? So you want to always maintain a charge on these. They're more high maintenance, but they are less expensive. That's why they're the most popular battery for RVs. But highly recommend getting this trickle charge. Like I said, for 30 bucks to spend only $30 to save your battery. And these lead acid batteries, a lot of people, they're only lasting 1 to 2 years when they should really last 5 to 7 years. I've heard some people that have had them last for up to 9 years, which is great when you think it's, you know, a couple $100s to buy one of these and they last that long. So if you properly clean, maintain, and store these batteries, then they'll last a long time for you and you'll be happy about that. So I hope you got something out of today's video. This information may seem basic, but for those of you that are beginners or just getting started into RVing, I hope that this helped. I was just a beginner about 3 years ago. I'm in my 40s now. We just started RVing and I've learned a ton in just those 3 years. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. No matter how basic or simple it may be, you know, it's what we're here for, is to help each other, right? So thank you for watching this video. We make them for you, and we'll see you on the next one.